So here's why you want to look at your book as an asset. Hey, Juras here. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about book assets and what it actually is. You probably are either working on your book or you already published your book. And if you already published your book, you probably have an ebook and a paperback version of that book because that's the versions that most authors use. However, if you only use an ebook and a paperback, you actually miss out on a big few audiences. For instance, if I only read or listen in this case to an audiobook on my way commuting from home to my work in my car, for instance, and I don't have the time to listen. Sorry, I don't have the time to read actually ebooks or paperbacks or hardcovers for that matter. You will never have me as your client, even if I'm actually really interested in your book, your topic, or whatever you've written. So make sure you see your book as an asset and have as many assets as you can. And why a book can be something not only helping you with like passive income for this month, but even for the next years if you do everything the right way and also if you keep marketing it. Now, a passive income, I always cringe a little bit when I hear that. Those words, because I don't really believe in passive income. I think that people who actually make a passive income actually have to work really hard to get that, because in this case you really have to keep on sending people to your Amazon book page. If you don't do that, your book will eventually just drip off and won't sell any copies. But having multiple assets can actually help you with marketing as well. Because if you first promote your ebook and paperback during your launch, for instance, and some people will get your ebook version, to give an example, and then later down the line, let's say in 6 months' time, you're releasing the audiobook version of that same book, you have another chance to reach the same people, the same audience, and you can tell something like, hey guys, I now have an audiobook version as well. If you love the ebook or paperback version, you can also get this copy. So it's actually a great way to get people to buy like multiple versions of your book, especially if you have fans who actually want to buy every single book that you've written, but also say every single version. They can be a great way. This is one of the reasons why like J.K. Rowling, for instance, keeps on selling so many books, because there constantly are new versions of Harry Potter, not only new versions of the paperback in terms of like look and feel, but also in terms of the hardcover. She, of course, has audiobooks. She has basically all the different types of books out there. Of course, she has movies, series, etc. So everything that she possible could get out of that series and books, she basically did with her team, of course. And you can do the same thing. So see your book as an asset and try to create as many assets as you can. Now, this can be a little bit costly, especially in audiobook narration. I think audiobook narration, the same with editing, can be one of the most expensive services out there. However, an audiobook is actually one of the fastest growing types of books out there. So it actually is worthwhile digging that in. And on a different podcast, I'm going to dive a little bit more into audiobook and narration and how you can get that for not so much money. So check that podcast out as well. But for now, this is going to be a really short podcast this week. But make sure you you check your book out as assets, and make sure you look at it as an asset. That's for this week. See you guys in next episode next week.